over here.
Oh, so it's right here. Ayalawan, Banzabalawan, Ban Yasha Allah.
Ayalawan Banzabalawan Ban Yasha Allah.
Yahweh Hashem Yasha Brakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahusha Brakatah.
It's like, sir.
Two up.
La Yasha Allah.
La Yasha Allah.
All right.
You got the prayers?
Come on, I got it.
All right, we're gonna Amajim, Mahapark Hakudam. And sorry, turn the face to east. Is it? Leave shit alone.
All right, first up is the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa,
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash,
Kodash.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Shunka,
Shunka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Malakuka,
Malakutka.
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka,
Ratazaika.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Ba'arataza,
Ba'arataza.
Kawa,
Kawa.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim.
Danlanawa,
Dalanawa.
Lakam,
Bacham.
Kal,
Call.
Yawam,
Yuwam.
Wasalaklanau,
Wasalak now.
Kabawath now,
Kabawath now.
Kasalak now,
Kasalak now.
Kabawathi now,
Kabawathi now.
Wala'ah,
Walala.
Tabi'ah now,
Tabi'aya now.
Banasaya one,
Bonashaya one.
Abo,
A ball.
Hawashai now,
Hayashaya now.
Mayan,
Mayan.
Right,
Right.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Laka,
Laka.
Hamalakwa,
Amalakwath.
Waha'ala,
Walala.
Wata Pa'arath,
Wata pa'arath.
the I will lumyum,
Livalumyum.
Aman.
Aman.
What we said was, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name,
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done,
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors,
and lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, next up is the power prayer. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'asham,
Bahashim,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Baba Kushah,
Baba Koshah,
Nathan Lanawa,
Donanawa,
Lakak,
Lakak,
Kakak,
Hakak,
Lara Pa'ah,
La Rapa'ah,
Kao Makala,
Kal Makala,
Wakao Madawa,
Wakal Madawa,
Kakak,
Rakak,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazarayim,
Hamatazarayim,
Kakak,
Hakak,
Lahaquium,
Lahaquium,
Hamathium,
Hamathium,
Kakak,
Hakak,
Al Rakawath,
Al Rakawath,
Hatama Allah,
Atama'ala,
Lagarashan,
Regarashan,
Ba'asham,
Bahashim,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
the water,
the water,
Aman.
Aman.
And what we said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
please give us the power
please give us the power
to heal all manner of sickness,
to heal all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the powers to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean
the
spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shai,
the name of Yahweh Shai,
thank you.
the water.
So be it.
So be it. It's like it.
Next up is the blessed prayer. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wa Mayaka Allah,
Wa Mayaki Allah,
Wa Allahayim,
Wa Allahayim,
Matazab Ya'ah,
Matazab Ya'ah,
Alawap Yahana,
Alawap Yahana,
Ha Alawapyam,
Ha Alawapyam,
Ha Saranyam,
Ha Saranyam,
Ha Quatazayanyam,
Aquatazaranyam,
Ha Kha Yayalyam,
Kal Ya'alyam,
Wa Ha Akhbatyam,
Ha Aquatyam,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'asham,
Bahashim,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
the water,
the water.
Aman.
Aman.
And what we said was, Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding General Yohana,
commanding General Yohana,
the generals,
the generals,
the captains,
the captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in
Shai.
the name of Yahweh Shai,
Thank you.
the water.
So be it.
So be it.
Hey.
Salakia, I don't know why I keep doing that.
No, it's too long, man. Next up is Psalm chapter 121.
I'm trying to teach the young man Hebrew.
Asha,
Aisha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Al-Hahariam,
Al-Hariam,
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Zaba'ah,
Zaba'ah,
Azariah,
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 Ma'aim,
Ma'aim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayan,
Wa'aratazah,
Wa'aratazah,
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Regalka,
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Walala,
Yayishan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasharala,
Yashala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarach,
Yuwayarak,
Balayala,
Bayayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makarai,
Makal Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapashka,
Af Napashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar, yeah, it's like it, Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaathka,
Tazaatka,
Waba Wa'aka,
Wa'abaatka,
Maitha,
Maitha,
Wa'aid,
Wa'aid,
Iwalam.
Iwalam.
And what we said was, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help coming from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
All right. Last prayer, Psalm chapter 83. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Thacharash,
Al-Fakharash,
Wa Al-Thashakwat,
Wa Al-Tashakrat,
Al-Tayah,
Al-Kaya,
Hana,
Hana,
Awayabyaka,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Imaka,
Al-Imaka,
Ya'ai Rayamwa,
Ra'ai Wa'amwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Wa'ai Tazawa,
Wa'ai Tazawa,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Bakawa,
Rakawa,
Wanakach Yidam,
Munakath Yadam,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'ah,
Walala,
Yazakar,
Yazkar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Haya,
Na'ai Tazawa,
Na'ai Tazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al-Yaka,
Al-Yaka,
Baryath,
Baryath,
Yakarathwa,
Yarkarathwa,
Ahalia,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa Yashamayala,
Wa Yashamayala,
Yam Mawa'aba,
Yam Mawabwa,
Wa Hagariam,
Wa Hagariam,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa Imawan,
Wa Imawan,
Wa Imalak,
Wa Imalak,
Palashath,
Palashath,
Im Yeshabia,
I'm Yeshabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya,
Labanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadyan,
Kamadyan,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Hayabyan,
Hayabyan,
Banakal,
Manakal,
Kwayashwan,
Kwayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Ba'ayan,
Da'ara,
the Ira,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adma,
La'adma,
Shayathamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nadab,
Nadab,
Yab,
Yab,
Mawab,
Mawab,
Ka'irab,
Ka'irab,
Wa Kazaaba,
Wakazaabwa,
Wa Kazaabath,
Wakazaabath,
Wa Kazalmanai,
Wakazammanai,
Kal,
Kal,
Nasayakamwa,
Nasayakamwa,
Ashar,
Ishar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Na'awath,
Na'awath,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayathamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagalgala,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Napanya,
Napanya,
Rawakha,
Rawakwa,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Thaba'ira,
Tabaira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
Wa Kalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Hariyam,
Khan,
Khan,
Tharadapma,
Tharadafma,
Basa'iraka,
Basairaka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Upathka,
Thabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shumka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahalwa,
Bahalwa,
Aid Ya'aid,
Al Ya'id,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kaparwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Da'aiwa,
Da'idwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shimka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Al Kalha,
Al Kaha,
Arataza.
Arataza.
And what we said was, keep not thou silence,
Keep not thou silence,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
hold not thy peace,
hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
and be not still,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh.
for lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
Thine enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur has also joined with them.
Ashur has also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
at
Kaisan,
the brook of Kasan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Ored,
like Obed
and like Zeid.
and like Zaid.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all their princes as Zabah
and as Zalmunna,
and as Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as stubble before the wind,
as stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded and troubled
let them be confounded and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth. All right. With that, Mashabi,
You want me to help you with? Let me get
yeah,
that.
please. I need you over here. I need to stretch the bottom piece out.
Yeah, sir. All right, it's open. Oh, yeah, really?
Mushavia?
It's like I said. Do you have another pen for the attendance? Because I don't see it up here. There you go. Yeah. Most High Christ.
Who checked it?
Sister Vanessa. Shalom, sis. We're finna get started here in a second. We're just taking attendance real quick. So if you're just now tuning in, go ahead and make sure you post in the chat. You know what I'm talking about? Today we're going to be going into Genesis chapter 7. Last time we had Sabbath service, we left off right at the beginning of chapter 7, about 5 verses in. Oh, water, sir.
Oh, snap. We too loud, but...
Oh, yeah. Come out.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrak. To all the brothers, Yahweh Shem all the time, Shem Yahweh to all the sisters. We are the Isupk. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans the truth of the Bible since 1969. And the truth of the Bible is the Sabbath day is something special.
That's right.
The Sabbath day is something that the Lord said, keep holy. You know what I'm talking about? The Lord said, keep the Sabbath day holy, meaning separate, set apart. Quadash. You know what I mean? That's what the Lord said to do with the Sabbath day.
That's right.
And the Sabbath day is not Sunday. It's not Friday like what they call it?
Friday.
No, Friday like the Muslims say, like Islam says. It is the Sabbath day from sundown to sundown. That is the Lord's Sabbath day. You know what I mean? And here in the ISUPK, we keep our culture, so we're doing a Sabbath service. Right? We're doing the Sabbath service like we've been doing since ancient of times. Mm-hmm. Since way back in the gap, we've been doing this. Right? So this is one of the most ancient things that we can possibly do, that we keep.
Damn right.
But if you don't want to come to Sabbath service, and you don't want to come to Sabbath service, and you don't want to come to class and things like that, you don't really care about your culture. Like I said, you don't really care about your culture. You don't want to be in Sabbath service in online either. You don't care about your culture. And the reason why you don't care about your culture, because you like the white man's culture before you like your culture. You like other nations' culture before you like your culture. And that's just the thing about it.
Let me get it.
No, you got it. Go ahead. Now we're gonna start. No, go ahead. Go ahead, read.
Come on. All right, shalom, Lord Christ, y'all. We're going to go into Genesis chapter 7. We're going to start at verse 6. You know what I'm saying? We just started verse 1 through 5 last time. So we're going to jump straight to verse 6. Verse 6. Do you want me to start reading, sir? Do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. It says, Wanak Ban Shasha Ma'awat Shana Wahamabawal Haya Mayam Al Ha'arataza. Verse 7. Wayaba'a Nak Wabanayao Wa Ashathawa Wanashaya Banayawa Athawa Al Hathaba'a Mapanya Maya Hamabawal verse 8. Mana Haba Hamaa Hata Hawara'a Wamana. Haba Hamaa. Ashar. Ayanaa. It's like, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Tahara. Wamana. Ha'aiwap. Wakal. Ashar. Ramash. Al. Ha'arataza. Verse 9. Shanayam.
Salak, yeah. We on verse 7?
Verse 9.
I mean, chapter 7.
Sir.
All right.
Genesis 7 and 9.
Bet.
It says, Shanyam, Ba'awa, Al, Nak, Al, Hathaba'a, Zakar, Wanakwa Ba'a, Ka'ashar, Tazawa'a, Alahayim, Atha, Nak. Verse 10. Wayahaya, Lashaba'aitha, Hayamyam, Wamaya, Hamabawal, Hayawa, Al, Ha'arataza, Bashanath, Shasha, Ma'awath, Shana, Bachayaya, Nak, Bachadasha, Slakia, Bachadash, Hashanya, Bashabaya, Ishar, Yawam, Lachadash, Bayawam, Hazah, Slakia, Hazah, Nabakwaiwa, Kal, Mayanatha, Thahawam, Raba'ah, Wa'a Rabatha, Salakia, Wa'a Rabath, Hashamyam, Napath Thakawa. Verse 12. Wahaya Hagasham Al Ha'arataza Arabayam Yawam Wa Abarayam La Yala'a. I'll go to verse 14 just to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Concert. Ba'ai Tazam. Hayawam. Haza'a. Ba'a. Nak. Washam. Wacham. Wayapath. Banya. Nak. Wa'ashath. Nak. Washa Lashath. Nashaya, Banayawa, Hatham, Al, Hathaba'a. Verse 14. Hama'a, Wakal, Hakaya, Lamaya Nawa, Salakia, Lama Yana'a, Wakal, Haba Hama'a, Lama Yanawa, Wakal, Haramaash, Haramash, Al, Ha'arataza, Lama Yana Hawa, Wakal, Ha'aiwa, Lamaya Na'awa, Lamaya Na'awa, Kal, Tazapawa'ar, Kal, Kana. That's the end of verse 14. So in the English, we just read from Genesis chapter 7, verses 6 through 14. All right. So we're going to go through the English so that we can get a breakdown of it. And it begins in verse 6. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth.
How old was he?
600 years old.
God, man, boy. Man, I hope I stay to 52. I hope I see 52, but Noah seen 600 years old. And he was still working and building the ark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's 600 years old. Man, we can't do it nowadays, man, because all the fast food out here and you know what I mean? Women don't want to cook no more. we can't even live till 52. You know what I'm saying? We can't even live till 52. Like, I remember when I was growing up, my mama had a cookbook.
Uh-huh.
You feel me? Like, and it wasn't no cookbook that she bought. It was just her recipes.
Oh, real?
On what to make. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Nowadays, these women can't even follow a recipe. You know what I mean? You give them a hamburger helper box, and they don't even try to follow those instructions. Then be like, I don't know what happened. What do you mean you don't know what happened? You didn't follow the instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Now we expect them to follow the instructions of the Most High. See, that's why women in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is they're so special and valuable. You know what I mean? Because they follow the instructions of their Adawan. They follow the instructions of the Most High. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Hold on, sir. It says, and Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth.
Right.
Verse 7, and Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him.
Right, so they talking about the ark now. So the flood started coming. The water started coming upon the earth everywhere. And they said Noah and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives, they all went into the ark.
Right.
To escape that that destruction that the Most High was going to put upon the earth. You know what I mean? Nowadays it's going to be the 144,000 and their families in the 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. Keep talking. Hey, I'm teaching class right now.
So basically, we're just breaking down the whole flood story, right? Every major society has an ancient history regarding the flood story. Well, this is the actual flood story. This is how it all went down. You understand? And knowing that because Noah and his family was protected for following the Most High, that we ought to take from this example that we too could be protected from following the obedience of the Most High. And brother just brought out something heavy, saying a woman can't even follow the orders of a cookbook these days. What makes you think that she has what it takes to build a nation, but you can't even follow those orders, let alone her man's orders, right?
Right.
And so it comes down to us being a good example and being righteous and having the authority to give righteous instruction. Okay. I mean, shoot, if I live 600 years, I don't know what I look like after year 400, but I can imagine the Most High was working with our spirit and our bodies much more in tune back then. You understand? Where we're at today is just pathetic in comparison. You gotta understand, right. This is quite a while back. You know what I mean? When the earth actually had what it needed.
So like y'all get 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
And it's just very important about it's so spiritual that we're going over the flood story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the time that we're in right now in the world about the destruction that's coming to this place.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the correlations that match up with it. And it's so spiritual because just like in the time of Noah, everybody was doing whatever they was doing, marrying each other and you know what I mean? Keeping doing whatever they were doing, and then destruction came. Then the flood came. Yeah. Just like it is right now. Everybody's gonna be doing what they're doing. They're not worried about the World War III and what's popping off, stocking up on food or anything, right? And then boom, destruction comes. Now what? You was worried about buying Birkin bags and getting your nails done, right? And brothers worried about messing with that whore and you know what I mean, and going out partying with this and that, and not even worried about what's coming and how to survive through the famine that's coming. You know what I mean? That's why Barakatah Yahweh Shah for Commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
You know what I mean? For Commanding General Yohana to be able to see what's coming and give orders to stock up and be ready for the pending doom of this place.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
And just what we pray for. We pray for the next flood.
Right.
Of course, this flood is going to be by fire, not by water. Because after you read this story, you understand the Most High made a pledge not to do that to the earth again. Though you still have, all types of things going on, earthquakes in diverse places, tsunamis, you know what I'm saying, hurricanes. The Most High is persecuting them with his tempest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just to give them a heads up, like, hey, don't forget about me. I'm the one in control here. I could shut down your whole kingdom with the invisible enemy. Called the coronavirus. And monkeypox that'll check your homosexual kingdom.
It's like y'all.
No, you the man. You go ahead. Whatever.
It wasn't even a kingdom that he shut down. He shut down the whole earth with the invisible virus. You know what I'm talking about? There wasn't able to buy, sell, send nothing. Oh my goodness. The Most High was the Most High is a major tactician. You know what I mean? When it comes to these things, man, you can't your arms you can't box with the Most High.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't fight with the Most High. Your arms is too short to fight with the Most High, bro. You know what I'm talking about? When he can send something so simple as the coronavirus and shut down the earth. What's up?
I was just gonna say too that a lot of brothers in the world, Jakes in the world, and just heathens in the world, they'll continue to do what they do no matter what. Like we got the government talking about UFOs. You know what I'm saying? We got the coronavirus. Heck, if the Most High were sending plagues like locusts or frogs, them potheads will pick up them frogs and lick them. You know what I'm saying? Like they just finding whatever they can. They're finding whatever they can to stay high.
Hey, real,
you know what I'm
hey, real talk, bro. Real talk,
look at the frogs.
Real talk. Real talk.
Like they just trying to stay in their zone no matter what. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Stay high. You know what I'm saying? And then they think that they're real for that. That's not real. That means you're spiritually dead, and we gotta wake these dry bones up. That's why we come into this Isupk so that we can keep our minds right. You know what I'm saying? Because collectively, when we do this together, that the scripture says iron sharpeneth iron, right?
Right.
You start to find out that these classes are what we need to stay stable minded. You know what I'm saying? To keep that brotherhood going, so that we can continue to strive to show the Most High that, listen, we deserve to be on that ark.
Right.
So this ark doesn't gonna be in the water. This ark gonna be in the air. But it's good to go over this history because it correlates with what we see today, and it also shows that Noah was just obedient to the Most High, no matter how old he was and how brittle his bones was getting, and how much doubt that was thrown at him from everybody else. He just kept moving. And
it's like I mean, when I see and when I see women in the world choose the caliber of men that they choose, right, and I like, how can you choose that, right, that and want him to be a man when he wasn't even a man when he met you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He was already doing the same things that, you know what I mean, and now you want him to change. You know what I mean? Without coming into the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Right.
The only way to change and become a real man in the world is to come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Come into the ISUPK. That way you can know what to do and what not to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
That way you can know how to provide for your family and how not to and what not to do to harm your family.
Right.
You feel me? Because what they do in the world is are things that are not going to get them to make it past, you know what I mean, past the destruction.
That's right.
But here in the school, we're worried about our families. We're worried about our lives, our brothers' lives, our families' lives. You know what I mean? So we prepare and do things accordingly. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? But in the world, they just don't give a damn about any of that. They trying to get their next high, their next fix. You know what I mean? They're trying to get their next fix. And I ain't talking about no heroin. I'm talking about whether it's Christianity, whether it's following what do you call it? Pan-Africanism.
Right.
No matter what it is, their next fix. You feel me? Because that's just as much of a drug as heroin. That's just as much of a drug as heroin. You know what I mean? Trying to find that. That's why they call these women, queen, but she got 5 baby daddies, four kids, and she's single. You know what I mean? Pregnant right now, 5 baby daddies, 4 kids. You know what I'm talking about? Pregnant right now, and she's single. Right, working on the next one. Talking about, hey, queen. Think about it, man. Think about it. Let's keep going to the scriptures.
Okay,
so I get the rambling, the ranting out here.
It says, and Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Verse 8.
Right, because the waters of the flood, the destruction was coming. Go ahead.
Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean.
How did they know they were clean and unclean?
Yeah, come on.
Without the law, without the instructions of the Most High, how did they know if anything was clean or unclean? So I'm saying these Christians, they don't know what they don't, when they read it, they don't read it. They just skim over it. They don't understand what's going on.
Right.
That's why what shirt you got on? Kentucky 8?
Yeah.
That's why on the back of his shirt it says you read the Bible, we live it.
Uh-huh.
Real talk. Go ahead.
Come. Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth.
Right. You see, and that's talking about everything that went into the ark with Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives. Go ahead.
There went in 2 and 2 until Noah into the ark.
Okay. Hey, yo, let's see who that is.
The male and the female, as Yahweh had commanded Noah.
Right.
Verse 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. Hey, shalom, sis.
Oh, what's going on, sis? What's going on, sis? You 12? Hey, put out the chairs over there. Put out some more chairs for him. Oh no! The chairs are right there next to the waters.
I already put them up.
Oh, there's more chairs.
There's 3 here.
There should be more chairs, right?
There's one more.
So we got.
There's 4 chairs in there right here. It's like.
So that's enough chairs, right?
Yeah.
All right. When you come up here, you just put that chair back over here.
All right. We was on verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth.
Right. It come after 7 days that the waters of the flood was the waters from the flood was upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Boy, you're ready for 7 days. You know what I'm talking about? And I know Noah was like, how many days it's been? You know what I mean? Because it said 40 days and 40 nights it was going to rain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's only been 7 days. And I know they was like, you feel me? The Most High wasn't playing.
Right.
You know what I mean? After the second down, it'd be like, say, it's still raining? Uh-oh. Keep going.
Come. It says, verse 11, in the 600th year of Noah's life,
Right?
in
How many years?
600th year.
Brothers can't even make it to 52 out this piece, and they talk about 600 years, man. Gosh, boy, that's an amazing feat right there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the deep broken up.
Look, you see how specific it is?
Yeah.
The Most High is very, very specific. Most High is not leaving nothing out. He gave you the day, you know what I'm talking about. He gave you the day, the month, and the year, the 600 year of Noah. Gave you all that. Go ahead.
The same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 12. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
So it just didn't rain from the sky; it rained from the bottom too. You know what I mean? When it's talking about that, it's talking about like the waters.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like the what would you call it?
The tide.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like because when it rains, it floods.
Right.
You feel me? And it's gonna flood from the lakes and the rivers and the oceans. Imagine if it rained for 7 days, especially in a city like San Antonio that we in right now, because you know it's built underground, so it floods in San Antonio all the time. You know what I mean? Imagine if it rained for 7 days.
Yeah, man.
Good night.
Like, you know how tides work is it has to do with how close the moon is to the earth, because the moon has a gravitational pull, and so every time it comes a little bit closer to the earth, there's a certain time of the year or a time of whatever month that it does that, and it pulls the water out from the. It's like trying to pull the water away from the earth, and it makes it a higher tide that'll end up. What happens is it goes into the city, it goes into the land a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is just orchestrating this whole event to where this happened for 40 days and 40 nights straight. Even if you had a raft, even if you had a boat, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, not Salakia, but those people that may not have been taken out immediately when it first started raining, they're gonna have to deal with the rain pouring on them, so they're gonna get sick. They're gonna catch pneumonia, and even if they did find a way to float, what are you gonna eat? Because you can't just drink that salt water.
I'm trying to tell you, but now it ain't even floating. What about when they trying to run up on the top of mountains and the top of hills, and you know what I mean? They all up there, and it's still raining, and they just like, where's all the food at? Yeah. You know what I mean? Ain't no animals. They can't make no fire, nothing like that. And it's gonna be just like that in this destruction.
Yeah.
People gonna try to run, try to scavenge, and you can't scavenge anything. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be ready for anything. Why? Because you didn't prepare. Because you didn't believe the Lord.
That's right.
You didn't believe the Lord thy God. You didn't hearken unto the Lord thy God. Hey, and you're gonna get what you're gonna get. But then the Lord sent prophets out to the streets to prophesy what's going to happen. You know what I mean? To warn the people, and they just walk by us on the streets. They just walk by us on the streets. We don't know what y'all talking about, and smoking that blunt and light it up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right in front of us, like we're not priests and prophets of the Most High. Like we're not important. Like we're not important. But when the police come, everybody want to put the weed away. You know what I mean? Well, we are the police for the Most High. You know what I mean? We are the judges for the Most High. You know what I mean? Heavy. We are out here for the Most High to judge the earth.
That's heavy.
But they don't want. They look at us like we're like we niggas and spicks and savages, and that's our own people looking at us like that. When we're out there in 104-degree heat for them, we're out there in 20-degree weather for them. Out there in the rain for them, and they just walk right past us like we ain't like we ain't nothing. Like I'm pretty sure we said the class. They see the class, they be like, and they score right back because they score right past it because we ain't got no good information because we're not catering to what they want to what they care about. We're not up here talking about weed is good and God loves everybody. We're not up here talking about it's okay if you twerk all on Facebook and cheat on your man and you know what I mean and sell your body. We're not saying that, so they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. But then rappers get on there and to tell them, oh yeah, I'm buying a new pack and smoking out of this pack and smoking out of that pack, and you know what I mean? Women up there talking about WAP, WAP, WAP. And that's what everybody wants to listen to, but nobody wants to listen to the warning that's coming. Okay, well, get the destruction that comes. Get that destruction.
Oh, slack it, sir. I got a preset for that.
No preset.
Concert.
Let's go ahead and finish.
All right. Genesis chapter 7, we was in verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth,
Right.
the sons of Noah and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them,
Right.
into the ark.
Right. There you go. They talking about going into the ark. First they were talking about going to the ark. Now they like, shit, let's go ahead and get in the ark. You know what I mean? It look about that time. You know what I mean? Raining, and they like, yeah, you know what? I thought it was just gonna be a little light rain, but no, it's one of them rainy days. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's about to happen. So you raising your hand? Go ahead.
We were going to Shem, Ham, and Japheth. You know what I'm saying? Them 3 different nations of people that's getting on the ark too. Am I correct when I said that?
I'm not gonna say 3 different nations, but they're just 3 different types of people. They're all brothers. They just three different types of people. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Nowadays, so nowadays they equate that Ham, Shem, and Japheth to like the different types of people, like the school types, because they call it Caucasoid, Mongoloid, and Negroid.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But that's just the they're going to replenish the earth with people. You know what I mean? They're going to just replenish the earth with people. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And that's why they say Japhetic, Shemitic, and Hamitic people. You know what I mean? Africans are Hamitic. The Celts and the Celts and Anglo-Saxons were Japhetic. You know what I mean? This is the different types of people, and we settled different regions. That's it. That's it. It's nothing super specific about it or anything like that. It's just how the Most High, how the Most High separated them, how the Most High separated everybody. You know what I mean? He just giving you a way to separate it. You feel me? That's how he separated it. Just like he separated he separated us from the Africans.
Right.
You know what I mean? He separated Ham, Shem, and Japheth.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to. But the Most High so detailed and so specific that he had to go back and tell the whole story about Ham, Shem, and Japheth. You know what I mean? How they were the sons of Noah and they got into the ark and he saved them, and then you know what I mean? They then like the next chapter is gonna start going into Nimrod and being the son of, you know what I mean? It's gonna start going into different people. They're different children and things like that, and how and who became what and where became where and things like that. You know what I mean? So just stay tuned. It's coming. It's coming, but we got to get through this part first. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Art.
Come on.
Or is that the end of 14?
There's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind.
Right. See, you see how at first it was just like all the animals that came, 2 by 2 came on, male and female, came on the ship with Noah. Now it's like it's getting specific. Okay, did I say that right? Yes, I said that right. It's getting specific on. It's getting specific on what's going on there. All the cattle of his kind, all the birds after his kind. You know what I mean? All the creeping things after his kind. You know what I mean? It's getting on the boat with Noah. So now it's getting more specific. It's getting specific. The Lord is not playing, and he keeps saying it over and over again so he can reiterate his point. You know what I mean? The Lord is reiterating his point. So they like it just gets me when I hear Captain Tazariak and Captain Katazar be on there and they have to like really talk about what's going on, and I'm like, but the Lord is very specific already.
Right.
The Lord is very specific already. That's why I said every 7 of every clean beast and then 2 of every unclean beast.
Yeah.
You feel me? I was like, that's very specific. Because if you go to the law and you read about what's clean, you be like, okay, so you know, cows, lambs, chickens. You know what I mean?
Right.
He had 7 of the cows, 7 chickens. You know what I mean? And then he said 2 by 2. So then now you know that there's 7 males and seven female cows. I don't know if male cows they're called male cows. I think they're like steers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you know what I mean. Now you know like it's male and female. So now you know they have hens and chickens. 7 of 7. You know what I mean? Like yeah, you dig what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's very specific. They just not reading it and they don't care about reading it because they're like, oh, it's just that. It's like it's not important. You know what I mean? But then they call and ask a question about it. How do you call and ask a question about something that's not important? You know what I mean? If you just skimmed over it. What's up, Art?
I was just gonna say too, a lot of people they'll ask the question, well, how does he control all them animals and tell them to get on the ark? Like, what, you gonna tell a Komodo dragon what you're supposed to do? How you gonna tell an elephant to get on his ark? Well, guess what? When it started to flood, I bet you anything, them animals was eager to get on the ark, right?
Right.
Like he didn't have no trouble then, you know what I'm saying? Telling these, hey, look, we come over here and you're gonna survive while the rest of the animals and everything else perish.
That's in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's in there. It's going to say about how the Most High put a spirit on the animals, so they didn't. So they, you know what I mean, a spirit on the animals, so they wouldn't fight each other, kill each other, and things like that.
Damn.
It's in there. Oh, it's in there. It's in there. Yeah, the Most High don't miss a beat. You know what I mean? So that's how he did it. He Most High put the spirit on the animals. You know what I mean? I didn't. Hey. You know what I mean? I don't care what kind of spirit it was. I just know he put the spirit on them so they wouldn't maul each other. So the lions would eat the antelope.
Salakia, and I gotta mention this too. Remember when the flood happened in Houston?
Yeah.
There was this one clip of I think it was an eagle or a falcon or something like that. That the falcon was looking for a place to be safe, so he flew into the window of a guy's car and was sitting in the passenger seat of the guy's car. And you could see the look on his face, like, I know I wouldn't normally, mess with you, but I need to be in here. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like I can't be out there right now. Like the bird was looking at the dude like all scared, like, yeah, it's dangerous out there, yo. Let me in, And that's probably like a similar, like when you're talking about how the Most High put the spirit in them, that that we were made to have dominion over them. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, can you imagine what the earth would be like once that order is like reestablished? You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy.
I probably would have been looking at the eagle like, I feel you. I feel you, bro. We got to get somewhere. Yeah, like you feel me? Like for real. Like, hey, that's real. That's real. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Because like just like I got to keep reiterating how just like in the time of now, when destruction comes, people are going to be trying to look for somewhere to go. Animals are going to be looking for somewhere to go. You know what I mean? There's going to be tigers and lions and bears trying to get into your place of wherever you at. You know what I mean? Because the outside is going to be destroyed. It's going to be fire and nuclear. You know what I mean? Everywhere. Everybody going to be scared. Everybody going to be scared. You know what I'm talking about? Really, if you're not on them chariots, you're going to be terrified also. Right. If you're not on them chariots, you're going to be terrified. You know what I mean? Real talk. Real talk. I don't care how much of a war man you are and a savage. You know how they talking about that? I'm a savage out here and I'm in the streets. And this, boy, you're going to be terrified. You're going to be terrified when bombs get to dropping. Oh, my God. Like, the white man's going to be terrified. He's going to go hide in his caves. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's gonna go hide in his caves. That's what that's just what's gonna happen, because they don't believe what the Bible says. They don't believe the Most High. Well, here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we believe the Most High. You know what I mean? We believe the Most High. We know the Most High is a terrible power and he will destroy things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We know that. We know that, and especially things that are sinful and full of iniquity. Is you raising your hand?
Fine, sir.
Go ahead.
If I may, sir, you know what I'm saying? Don't the scripture say, even though, you know what I'm saying, they go hide in their caves, I said, won't we get that order to go pull them out their caves and slay them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Jeremiah 16:16. Jeremiah 16:16. And right now is the time for fishing. You You know what I'm talking about? But then it's gonna be a time for the hunt that the fishermen are gonna go hunt. It's gonna be a time for hunting. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get that order to go hunt. You know what I mean? Hey, con out of one con, sir. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm talking about? I'm not gonna disobey no orders. You feel me? Especially after I see all that destruction. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm talking about? Whatever you need, sir. Con, sir. You know what I'm talking about? Baba Kashai, if I may, sir. You know what I'm talking about? Would you like me to do that now or after you do right? You know what I mean? You feel me? You ain't even got to finish the order. We getting to it because we're waiting for that moment. You know what I mean? Because everybody sees us out there now, and we're out here just talking. You know what I mean? And say they walking past us. But what about when it's time to go hunt? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now the white man think he can walk up to us at camp and be like, da-da-da, you don't know what you're talking about. Da-da-da-da-da. That's because we're out there fishing our people. But what about when the time for us to hunt? You know what I mean? You think he gonna walk up to us and be like, you don't know what you're talking about? Mm-hmm. You know, so I get the order fall on him. Like, you know what I mean? Get that order, you know, so all like, ooh wee, you know, so all ooh wee. Is that it on that?
Let me just finish up that verse. Salakia. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort.
Right. There you go. The birds. The birds gonna be looking like I need to go somewhere. And the birds and the good thing about it is that the animals don't do what they're not supposed to do. The animals do what they're supposed to do. You could trust the lion is going to be a lion. You could trust the tiger is going to be a tiger. You could trust the bird is going to be a bird. You could trust the snake is going to be a snake. They, you know what I mean? They're animals. They do exactly what the Most High made them to do. It's only us that want to make them as pets. You know what I mean? We want to make a rattlesnake a pet and then get mad when the rattlesnake bites you. That's what the rattlesnake's supposed to do. You know what I mean? That's why it has a rattle. So that way, when you're in the wilderness and it's in the wilderness, it gets to rattling to let you know, hey, you too close. Back up. You know, you dig what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A lion has a roar, back up. You know what I mean? Like when you hear that roar and see that roar, or when you hear that roar, right? You be like, you get to looking around like, I'm too close to something. You know what I mean? It's a warning. Like an elephant goes, with his little trunk. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't see an elephant, come on now. But you might not see that rattlesnake. That's why a rattlesnake has a rattle. You know what I mean? Because when you hear the rattle, you be like, you feel me? That's a rattlesnake. You know what I mean? Is it somewhere around here? And you get to looking for it because you don't want to get bit, right? And then you back away from the rattlesnake. The rattle goes away because he's like, all right, you good. I'm gonna go about my business, but you almost got bit. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. But in that time, they're gonna have a different spirit. They're gonna be like, I ain't gonna bite you, bro. Just let me in. Just let me around. You know, you know what I mean? It's flooding out here. Like, so
Yeah, right.
We good on that?
Con, so that's the end of verse 14.
All right, with that, Amaja. Let me see that chair you got. Yeah, you got to scoot your chair over a little bit. Scoot my chair over. I hate swords. Oh man, hold on. Blow the horn. Oh man.
You want me to do it or you got it?
No, you got it. We can do it as usual now. Hold on 1 second though. Oh, we'll blow that. Where's the glass at?
Oh, it's like it's right here.
Go ahead and blow it. You got to put the keyboard over there with you. All right. Put the keyboard over there with you. Boom.
La Yashala.
La Yashala. All right, we're gonna blow the shofar one more time.
All right.
There we go.
Sword.
All right, go ahead.
Young man Mike, Bun Yashala, Bun Yahawada.
Bun Yahawada, Bun Yashala.
Bun Yash.
Bun Yahawada.
Salaki. Young man Mike, Bun Yahawada, Bun Yashala.
Young man Mike, Banya Hawada, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Barakathum.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Start up here. Can you get by? Kind of big. You big in here.
You got to pour him a glass too, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find. There it is. Glass right here. Right?
La Yashala.
Laya Shala. Do you need me to blow the horn again?
Yep.
I like that.
I'm just playing with you. All right, Mashabia was meant to sit. What you think about it, young man? You trying to come up here and read some Hebrew also? We all didn't know how at one point in time. That's why we're up here. You know what I mean? We will not let you fail. That's not our job. What you think? What you think, Mama? You
You ready for him to
know what I mean? I like to start him out.
Absolutely.
You can go ahead. Oh, you ain't got your what's name on?
I couldn't get to it though. It was I got the app.
Oh, you got the app. You got the Bible Hub app. Hey, Ali, hey, y'all want to help me get the what's name to is interlinear?
Yeah, he's on it right now. Just go ahead and go to verse 15 now. You're in the right chapter already.
That's it right there.
Yeah, and then you just gotta Genesis
Most High in Christ.
7. Wait a minute.
You know what I mean? You got a phone, young man? You on the Bible Hub app?
Oh,
already?
it just does the whole thing. Oh, snap. All right.
Did he go to interlinear?
Yeah, he's in it. It does it all in the same page.
The whole chapter?
Yeah.
Yikes.
He's got to look for 15. All right, there you go. All right, so starting with Genesis 7 and 15.
We might get you up here. I'm gonna have to ask Officer Dawah first.
Waya Ba'awa.
Waya
Mm-hmm.
Ba'aya.
Ba'awa. There we go. Ba'awa.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Knock. Yep.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Hathabah.
Hatabath.
Mm-hmm.
Nashamayim.
Yeah, Shanyam.
Shayum.
Mm-hmm. And it's the same word again.
Shayum. Makar.
Mm-hmm.
Habasar.
Close. Yeah.
Asar.
Mm-hmm. That was a shah. So Habashar and then Ashar.
Habashar.
Mm-hmm.
Ashar.
And then Bawa.
Bawa.
All right, and then Rawah.
Rath.
Mm-hmm. Kayayum.
Hayam.
Mm-hmm. Kayayum. Verse 16. Wahaba'ayam.
Wahaba Ayam.
Mm-hmm.
Sakar.
Mm-hmm. Wanakwaba.
Wanakaba,
Mm-hmm. Makal.
Makah, Basar,
Mm-hmm. So Bashar and then Ba'awa.
Ba'awa,
Ka'ashar.
Ka'ashar,
Mm-hmm. Tazawa.
Tazawa,
Athawa.
Athawa,
Mm-hmm.
Alahayim,
Mm-hmm. Well, this one right here is what is that? It's I think. So it goes Wayai Gar. Oh, so like that's a sa. Okay. Wayasa Gar.
Sargar,
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh,
Mm-hmm. Ba'ai. Ba'ai Dawa.
Ba'adawa, 17, Wa'ai,
Wayahaya.
Wahaya,
Hamabawa.
Hamabayal,
Mm-hmm. Arabayam.
Haraba, Arayam,
Mm-hmm.
Yoram,
Yawam. Yeah.
Al,
Mm-hmm.
Haratazah,
Yeah.
Raya,
Waya. Rabaha.
Baya,
Yeah.
Harashamayim,
Hamayam.
Harayam,
Mm-hmm. Wayash.
Wayash,
Wayashawa.
Wayash, Ishaya,
Mm-hmm. Atha.
Atha,
Hathaba'a.
Ha, Tabara,
Mm-hmm.
Ratazayim,
Mm-hmm. Watharam.
Ratazam,
Mm-hmm. Ma'al.
Ma'al, Haratazah,
Mm-hmm. Verse 18. Wayaga.
Rayaga,
Barawa.
Rayaga, Baraya,
Mm-hmm. Hamayam.
Harayam,
Yeah, Hamayam. And then Waya Rabawa.
Raya, Rabaya,
This one is Ma'ada.
my dad,
Mm-hmm.
Haratazah,
Mm-hmm.
what
Wathalak.
the luck,
Hathaba'a.
Hata,
Hatha.
Hata,
Ba'a.
Hata Bara,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Panya.
Panya,
Yep.
Hamayam,
Hamayam. Verse 19.
Wahai, Wayam,
Wahamayam. Gabarawa.
Gabaraya,
It might be Gabarwa. Salakia. Yeah, Gabarwa. All right, go ahead. Ma'ad. Or Ma'ada.
my dad,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Haratazah,
Okay.
Wayakaswa, Ka,
Mm-hmm.
Haharim,
Haharium. Okay.
can't say that.
Hagabahayam.
Hagah Baharam, Asar,
Mm-hmm.
Tahat,
Taha. Kal,
Kal,
Hashemayim.
Hashemayim, Hamash,
Yeah.
as
Asherah.
Asherah,
Mm-hmm.
and Math,
Amah.
Milmama,
So Malah,
Mil,
Ma'ai, La'ah.
Melai,
Mm-hmm. Gabarwa.
Bara,
Okay.
Ham, Mariam,
Hamayam.
Hamayam,
Mm-hmm. Wayakaswa.
Wayakashwa,
And then Hahariam.
Hahariam,
Mm-hmm. Verse 21. Waya Gawai.
Wayaga, Wayai,
Mm-hmm.
Ka,
Yep.
Basar,
Yep. Bashar. Yep.
Harosh,
Haramash.
Haramash,
There you go.
Al,
Mm-hmm. Harataza.
Harataza,
Ba'aiwa.
Ba'aiwa,
Mm-hmm. Waba. It's a Waba Bahama.
what?
Waba.
Waba, Bahama,
Mm-hmm.
Waba,
Chaya.
Haya,
There you go.
Waba, Ka,
Uh-huh.
Harataza,
Mm-hmm.
Ha, Sarataza,
Mm-hmm.
Al,
Mm-hmm.
Harataza,
Mm-hmm.
Waka,
Mm-hmm.
Hayadam,
Mm-hmm. Ha'adam. Perfect.
Ka.
That's the end of verse 21.
I just read Hebrew.
Give
Give the brother a hand. Give the brother a hand. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I told you.
You know, one
I
thing to
told
keep
you,
in mind,
man.
some letters will look different if it's at the end of the phrase, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the P will look like it'll have like a long like the taza and ha'arataza looks a little bit different when it's at the end of the verse versus when it's like where's a taza? It looked like a Y with like a flat chair, like a flat surface at the end. So you'll start to pick up on that when you're looking at the alphabet. Oh, you got the alphabet there?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Well, I guess the thing you just gotta have to get used to is the way that it's written on the actual app itself, Taza. But when it's at the end of the letter, the word, then it looks like this. Or Pa. When it's at the end, it goes straight down.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
the Na look like almost damn near like a straight line when you're looking at it like that.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So some of those things start to you pick up on them. That's why I like the ancient Hebrew because it doesn't mess with no extra stuff. It's just
and then it gives you the connectors at the what I mean. So you'll know when to take out like you'll know when to actually say the word and what I mean, like in full and when not to.
Yeah, Most High Christ.
But the ancient Assyrian is something serious, bro. It ain't. You feel me? You got to study.
It's definitely its own beast.
Right.
But yeah, now that we're good, now we can go back to the English, and we was on verse 15.
7 and 15. Oh yeah. 11, 14. 15. Okay. Which Bible is that? See why you keep giving them the Bible with the little words?
That's like where.
Yeah, good. I got it. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 7, verse 15. And they went in unto Noah. Right, talking about the animals, right? So they went in there unto Noah. They went in there into Noah. Go ahead. Into the ark. Right. 2 and 2 of all flesh. Right, 2 of all flesh. Why does he keep saying that? Why does the Most High keep saying that? 2 of all flesh? Because he's letting you know that it make a male and a female to make more animals.
Right.
Just like it take a male and a female to make children. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what the Lord is telling you. The Lord is two of all flesh.
Mhm.
You feel me? It's not he like it ain't magical. It ain't, you know what I mean?
Right.
It ain't magical. Go ahead.
There ain't 32 genders, right?
Right, it's not. It's not.
Right.
Wait, Salaki, I gotta say this. There was this meme. It was like there's male and female, and then there's like 30 versions of gay.
Real
Oh,
talk. Real talk though.
It's a different flag for each of them.
Right. Real talk. Real talk. So they got more genders than they do the letters of the alphabet.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? They can't even be LGBT anymore. They got to be and some.
Uh-huh.
You feel me?
All right, let's just keep adding to it.
Let's keep going.
Come. Wherein is the breath of life?
Where is the what?
The breath of life.
Right. What's the breath of life? Anybody know what the breath of life is? I did classes on it. Nobody?
Mike got his hand ready.
What's up?
Procreate. A man and a woman and land with each other, creating life.
It sounds good, but no, that's not what the breath of life is. Are y'all the one want to take it?
You talking about the breath of life being
Salaki.
Go ahead. Let me give you one more shot.
being given the law,
The law.
being given
The
order
law.
and discipline,
The
and
law. That's Salaki.
the
That's
spirit of the
101.
Most High.
I don't know how I missed that.
Right. Instruction, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Instruction. So it says, wherein is the breath of life? You know what I mean? They went in just like they was instructed to.
Right.
Just like they was instructed to. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 16. And they that went in male and female.
No, male, female, and transgender. Yeah. Within male and female. Just like that's why I don't understand. They say people are animals too. Like, then why do people have so many different genders and animals only have male and female?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Come. Of all flesh.
Of all flesh. Go ahead.
Come. As God had commanded him.
Right? Because as God has commanded him, of all flesh, two male and female. Go ahead.
And the Lord shut him in.
Right. And the Lord shut them doors on the ark. Boom. We got all the animals. Noah, his wife, Ham, his wife, Shem, his wife, Japheth, his wife. All right, let's close them doors. Bam, and close them in. Now what happened? You feel me? So when it was talking about this raining 7 days, that was just it rained 7 days, so they'll know when to go into the ark. Like, okay, it's been 7 days, we need to go. You know what I mean? We need to go in, like, you know what I mean, in the ark. Did everybody understand that?
Right.
Come.
And then keep reading.
Come. Verse 17. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth.
Right. Then it was 40 days of it. You know what I'm saying? Then it was 40 days after that 7, so it was 47 days in all. But then it was 40 days of it. Go ahead.
Come. And the waters increased. And bear up the ark.
Right. Then the waters increased, and now the ark is floating. Now the ark is, you know what I mean? Now it's like a boat because it's so much water upon the earth. First, it was sitting down there on the ground. It was like, dang. And then the waters start to increase, and then it started floating.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Go ahead.
Come. And it was lifted up above the earth.
Right.
Verse 18. And the waters prevailed.
Right.
And were increased greatly upon the earth.
The water still prevailed and still increased greatly upon the earth. Like, it's still going. Go ahead.
Come. And the ark went upon the face of the waters.
Right. So the ark went into the waters, like it was water all around, and the ark was there in the middle of. You ever went face to face with somebody? You know what I'm talking about? That's how the ark was with the waters, like it was there. You know what I mean? It was on all the waters, like, yeah, we here, we in the dough. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead.
Come. Verse 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth.
Right. It's still water everywhere. and the ark is out there by itself with the water, just floating around, looking for somewhere to land. Maybe it'd be dry land somewhere. You know what I mean? Somewhere it'd be dry land. But what's that movie? Castaway? You know what I mean? They was looking for the dry land, couldn't find dry land nowhere. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And all the high hills that were upon the whole heaven were covered.
Right. So all the hills that were under the heaven, the hills, the mountain, they were covered with water. My goodness. My goodness. You ever been, where's it out there? Is it Bernie? Is it Bernie and Helotes out there with all them hills and mountains? You know what I'm talking about? Out there by Fiesta, Texas?
Hill country and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, the hill country. You ever been out there? All that was covered with water. You know what I'm talking about? All that was covered with water. Like, oh my goodness. What it like, you feel me? What to do? I'd be terrified. I'd have been terrified. I don't like a lot of water like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I take baths. You feel me? Get in pools, but I would like going to the ocean and the beach and all that, getting in the water and going all the way. No, I'm straight.
Niggas only go knee up.
Yeah, you feel me? You feel me? When I can't feel the ground no more, I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't want that to come and swoop me and take me away. You know what I'm saying? Like, how come I come get me when the whale jumped? You know what I mean? How come I come get me when the whale was out there? You know what I'm saying? I'd have been terrified inside the ark, looking out the window, like, that's something else out there. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 20. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail.
Right. Like what you said the cubit was from here to here. 15 of those up is how high the water went. Go ahead.
And the mountains were covered.
Ooh-wee. That was covered up too. You can even go Mount Everest. Good night. You know what I'm saying? You had something to say, sis?
No.
Oh. Mount was it Vesuvius? Good night. Covered up. All the mountains is covered up. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 21. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth.
Nah, they was able to smoke their weed.
And all flesh died that moved upon the earth.
They were still twerking on Facebook, and it ain't nothing gonna happen, and you know what I mean. We still can go lick the toads and
Hot girl summer.
Yeah, hot girl summer and hoochie daddy shorts. What happened?
And all flesh died.
All flesh died. That's the Bible. That is the Bible. That's the Bible right there. All flesh died, except Noah, his sons, Noah's wife, and their wives, and all the animals that went in there. But everything else died. Even the animals died. Even the animals died. And the animals don't disobey the Most High. They do exactly what the Most High says, and they died also. That is the Lord of the Bible. That is the God of the Bible. That's the Bible right there, man. Terrible. All flesh died. Keep going.
Come. From the start of 21.
Good.
And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle,
Ooh.
and of beast,
Ooh.
and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Man.
And every man.
And every man. Woman and child. Children died too out there. So it's important for children to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It's important for children to get that to get that safety net. Am I right?
Right.
It's important for children. It's important for children to obey the Most High also, and their parents. It's very important. Because the Most High don't ain't no favorite person.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Most High sees you lying as a little kid, lying to your parents as a little kid. He doesn't want you. You know what I mean? You understand that, young man? You know what morality is? What morals are?
No.
You got your phone? Google moral. 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 And it's very important for you to be moral at this point in time in life.
Right.
Because at this point in time in life, there's all types of peer pressures and things going on out there in the world on you. You know what I mean? You got it? Go ahead. Read that definition for me.
Concerned with the principles of right and wrong,
Right.
behaviors and goodness or badness of human character.
Right. And where do you find good morality at?
Listening to your parents and,
Right, but yeah, you have to, that is absolutely right. But where do you find that morality at? We reading it right now.
the Bible.
There we go. That's where you find your morality at. That's where you find what is right and what is wrong. All right. All right. That's where you find what is right and what is wrong. You know what I mean? If law, statutes, and commandments, that's what letting you know what's between right and wrong, clean and unclean. Is it vain and profane? Did I say that right?
Mhm.
Yeah, vain and profane. You know what I mean? That's where you find your morality system at. So that's why it's important for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to read the Bible and understand the Bible, because that's where we find our right and our wrong. Not in the world with whatever everybody else says. We find that right here in the Bible. And if you ever need help with it, you can go ahead and give me a call. Give Officer Dawud a call. You know what I mean? Whoever you need to call, make sure you'll be almost like y'all want just make sure you give us a call. You know what I mean? If you ever need help with it. All right. All right, no sweat. What time is it?
About 12:30. There's a little bit left on chapter 7.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Oh,
Well,
yeah, it's a little bit left on chapter 7. I was like, 20 what? No, I just finished it. We can let Mike read. We can let Mike read it. You like to read the Hebrew, man. I know you like reading Hebrew, bro. I know. Well, yeah, go ahead. When I first started reading Hebrew, I was like, hey, it's kind of lit. You know, to the point.
It took me by surprise.
Yeah, to where the point I was like, I was in there like Hakahan. You know, like you feel me? I was like, oh, that's Kahagabar. Yeah.
You start recognizing the words, you know.
Yeah, I started recognizing words, and I was like, oh, that's you know, feel me? I know what that means, because that's we was talking about that. Keep going. You feel me? And Officer Chappelle was sitting there like, like you starting to understand it a little bit, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting it down. You feel me? Unless you want to come read some Hebrew, young man.
I'm good.
All right. Well, next time you come, you better be ready. All right. Because you know what I mean? You need some help. We can get you. You got the alphabet, sis?
Concert, they have it. I have it written on a poster.
All right. Well, you know what I mean? Go to that alphabet and write that down every day. It's that simple. And you gonna every day you're gonna start to understand. You're gonna get more and more and better with it. You dig what I'm saying? It's just kind of, it's like when you was a kid learning English, learning your ABCs. You have to keep practicing your ABCs, right? You got to keep practicing the Lashon Kodash. That's how you get it. That's how you learn it. It's not magical. It's not going to just be put in your head. You know what I mean? Don't believe what Christians say.
Yeah. So like if I may, Officer Dawud was saying he needs to practice on being more confident and speaking up louder when because he had a reading a little bit, so he has to practice on his confidence and reading louder. So he told him he needs to start practicing reading at home and stuff, and reading out loud.
Right.
So that way, if ever he needs to read, he knows already. He's already building that confidence to read.
Right. Yeah, no sweat. All you gotta do is talk to young man Kendall. He used to read all soft and nice, and you know what I mean. Now he be out there yelling like, you know, both sides. Like, you feel me? Hey, speak up. You feel me? More confidence. Like, yeah, like Officer Dawud said, more confidence and practice that. So you can go and practice reading the Hebrew out loud. You know what I mean? Knock out 2 birds, 1 stone.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about? You ready?
Come on, sir.
Let's go ahead with it.
Verse 22.
It's called.
call,
Mm-hmm.
ashar,
Mhm.
Nashamat,
Nashamat.
You want some water?
Ra,
Mm-hmm.
Ra,
Rawa. Rawa.
Ra,
Mm-hmm.
Sis, no sweat.
Ha,
Kayayam.
Hayam,
Mm-hmm.
Ba, Ba, Bar,
Payawa.
Ba, Pariah, Makal, Ashar, Barakazar,
Bahara. That one is Baharaba.
Baharaba,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. That was perfect. That was excellent.
Mathawa.
Mathawa,
All right. Verse 23.
Wa,
Waya. Wayama.
Wayamath,
Mm-hmm.
Atha, Ka,
Hayakawam.
Hayakawam,
Mm-hmm.
Ashar,
Okay.
Panya,
Yep.
Hadama,
Ha'adama. Ha'adam.
Hayadam,
Aid.
Bahamath,
Mm-hmm.
Ramath,
Ramash.
Ramash,
Wa'aid.
Ra'id,
Ayawak.
Ayawak,
Uh-huh. Hashemayim.
Hashemayim,
You know, Salakia, I gotta mention that Hashemayim, it uses the phrase of the air, and it uses that same phrase for heavens. Hashemayim.
so it'll be the same things for heavens and like
In the air, yeah. Well, the term's the same. It'll have different meanings depending on where it's used, but
okay.
same pronunciation. All right, go ahead.
Come on, sir.
Wayamakawa.
Wayam Makawa,
Wayama. It's either that or Wayamakawa.
Maya Watwa,
Mm-hmm.
Main,
Yeah, Mana.
Mana, Harathaza,
Mm-hmm.
Wayam Ashar,
Mm-hmm.
Wayam Ashar. I said that right?
Wayashar. Yeah.
Wayam Ashar,
Wayash.
Wayash,
And then R. I mean, I think that's Ara. Wayashara.
Wayash Ara,
Mm-hmm.
At
Mm-hmm. Not.
Nak,
Mm-hmm.
Wayashar,
Yep.
It.
Athal.
Athal,
Hmm.
Bataba,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bathaba. Yeah, that's right. And then verse 24.
Waya
Wayagabarwa.
Waya Gabara,
Mm-hmm. Hamayam.
Hamayam, Al,
Mm-hmm.
Harathaza,
Mm-hmm.
Ha
Kamashayam.
Ha
Kamashiam, that's what.
Hamashiam,
Mm-hmm. Wama'atha.
Wamatha, Yawam,
Yep. That's the end of chapter 20. Sorry, end of chapter 7.
Let's go to the English. That way we can knock it out.
All right.
It's the book of Genesis, verse 7 and verse 22.
Uh-huh.
All in whose nostrils was the breath of life.
Right. What now? What are we talking about?
The laws.
Yeah, but what was the subject matter at first? Like, what was we talking about in verse 21?
You can read it.
Yeah, you can read verse 21 again if you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read verse 21 again.
Okay. Verse 21. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth,
Right.
both of fowl and of cattle and of beast
Uh-huh.
and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth,
Right.
and every man.
Right.
Verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life.
Right. Because they had the instructions. You feel me? The instructions. Keep reading it. It explain it.
Come. All that was in the dry land
Right.
died.
Right. Because Adam had the instructions, right? And Noah was, and then it got passed down all the way to Noah. And Noah was trying to tell the people out there what was going on. He was trying to instruct the people, like, look, check this out. It's finna flood, this, that. And they was telling Noah, you crazy. You don't know the hell you talking about. You know what I mean? Just like they do us out there on the streets. You crazy. You don't know what the hell you talking about. All right. You know what I mean? But then it was shut. Then when the doors of they say the doors of the church are open. You know they say that in Christian church.
Yeah.
Well, now the doors of the ark was closed. Yeah, you feel me? They wasn't accepting nobody else. You feel me? You had your chance to come up with. You had your chance. Now you don't have a chance no more. You feel me? That's just like now. One day the doors of the Isupk are going to be closed.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Because we're gonna be up on the chariots. You know what I mean? And you had your chance to come in here and to come to class and to do and to do the work, but then you didn't. So now, what should we do? You know what I mean? Now it's all up to our king. You know, feel me? And our king ain't the well, Caesar. What's Caesar Borgia? He think he over there. Our king ain't Caesar Borgia. Our king is Yahweh Shah Mashiach, an austere man. You know what I mean? A man of principle, a man of morality. You dig? Let's keep going.
Come. Verse 23. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground.
Right. Every living substance. You feel me? Every living substance. Not the grass and the plants, of course, because they need water to live. So they just got flooded out, and then when it dried up, they was probably big as ever. But all those earthworms was done for. You know what I'm talking about? Ants done for. Beetles done for. Well, do all beetles fly? All beetles don't fly, but I'm pretty sure it was raining. So when they was trying to fly, they was like boop bloop, get right down into the waters and drown. You know what I mean? The snakes that wasn't in the ark, they was done for, unless they was anacondas and water moccasins and things like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know about alligators. I don't know what you know what I mean. But I know the whales was good and things like that. But everything else that couldn't survive underwater was dead. That's a lot of destruction.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of destruction. Dogs, cats. You know what I mean? You feel me?
So like it, sir.
What's up?
What's crazy is that when you think about it, like even since back then, that fish kind of had a pass on that one, huh? Because the whole earth turned to water, but now you have the white man in control of the earth, and now all the fish are dying because of all the pollution. There's an island in the middle of the ocean that's the size of Texas, and it's all plastic. You know what I'm saying?
For real?
And then, there's nuclear radiation in the water that killed millions of fish.
Right.
Like them fish is living good when the devil wasn't in power.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's that's an animal, that's a food. Of course the lawful ones. Those are food that is really good for us, especially given that they even survived that.
Right.
Up until now.
Right. Even the unlawful fish survive, like whales and sharks and tuna fish and you know what I mean, mackerels.
Mm-hmm.
All of them survive. That's crazy. That's crazy. But now whales are beaching themselves because they don't like living in dirty water either.
Man.
What's up, sis?
Lucky if I may, what you were saying, sir, is I was telling Officer Dawada the last time I think it was Officer Dawada, but there's a show on Netflix called Seaspiracy. I'm not sure if y'all seen it. It's Seaspiracy.
Like sea conspiracies.
Like sea, yeah. Like,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's a word like SEA, the sea.
Uh-huh.
Seaspiracy, and on there too, it speaks like on that as well, how everything's being defiled, like it's just by the white man, Moab, especially Moab,
Yeah.
and
Right.
how they're killing like every species because every species in the ocean serves its purpose. When they kill one species, when the other one starts dying, and the other one starts dying, and then because most of our oxygen actually comes from water.
That's
Right.
true.
So when that, everything in the ocean starts dying, then that messes with everything on the land as well too.
Right. Can I ask you a question? What are they killing in the ocean that makes it like that?
So there's like a food, so it's a food chain. So they have like, so you know how we're not supposed to eat certain, scriptures in Leviticus, it says we're not supposed to eat certain foods.
Right.
So on there's certain, so there's like the sharks, right? I believe it was the sharks. There's certain fish that sharks feed off of another fish, and the other fish, and then there's certain fish that clean the ocean as well.
Right.
Too.
Right.
So
That's what I want to get to.
everything that, so when one of those fish dies, the other one that was surviving off that fish, because the sharks kill certain things and then the fish that are cleaning the ocean feed off of that. So when that dies, and the other one dies, and then it's just
it's a chain reaction.
Chain reaction, yes, sir.
Right. And that's why whales beach themselves, because whales don't like dirty water.
Right.
Whales don't like dirty water at all. Whales and sharks and things like that, they don't like dirty water. So when we take everything from the bottom of the ocean that's cleaning the ocean, catfish eat at the bottom of the ocean, shrimps, crabs, lobsters, tuna, oysters, mussels. You know what I mean? All that eats all the bacteria that's at the bottom of the ocean. So if when they don't eat it, right? So I mean, when we take all that out and the ocean's not getting clean, you know what I mean? Fish die. So when the fish die, the sharks can't eat their food source, right? So then the sharks can't eat their food source, then they die. They don't like dirty water, so the fish are floating at the top of the water, just dead fishes. You know what I mean? Just dead fishes. So now the whales don't like dirty water. You feel me? So now the whales are coming closer and closer and closer to the beach, to the what would you call it, to the beach? Sure. You know what I mean? To the shore, and then now the whales get caught up in the low tide, and now they on the beach, can't go nowhere, and they die of themselves. Now they die of themselves. It's like that's why the law, statutes, and commandments are very important, because they keep balance. You know what I mean? The Lord told us what to eat and what not to eat, what's clean and what's unclean. And if everybody would just follow those laws, statutes, and commandments, so follow that understanding of what the Lord said,
right,
it'd be perfect.
So, like I said, if I could, ain't it a precept to that? When the hands is in the wicked, the earth perish.
Yep.
And when the earth is in the hand of the righteous, it'll thrive.
No, when
paraphrasing, of course.
You are paraphrasing, but that's basically what it says though. When the wicked are in rulership, the earth mourns, and when the righteous are in rulership, the earth rejoices. That's that, like it, and it's very simple, but nobody believes that the Bible is righteous. Oh, the white man did this, the white man did that, he changed this and he changed that, and then you tell them, oh, show that. Well, show me where. It's in there though.
They always say that.
All right,
I don't know where it is, but it's in there.
All right, so all right, never mind, bro. Just keep going. You feel me? Like it is so, it's so unscholarly, but that's who everybody follows. It's so scholarly, but that's what everybody follows. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to follow the real men of the Lord, the ones that's out there putting in the work, out there teaching class 7 days a week.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't want to follow them because it's too hard.
Right.
But it's easy to just make up some lies about the Bible and just smoke weed and do cocaine and pop pills and twerk on Facebook.
Mhm.
It's that's easy. That's the easy life. Sell drugs. That's the easy life.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the easy life. Is now become a priest of the Most High and actually follow rules. Actually follow something that you know what I mean. Follow some ordinances. What's good?
And
Sis?
so, like it says, it's funny that you say that because we say, that's the easy life, but people in the world will say that's the hard life when it's really not the hard life.
Right.
Doing all that. Oh, this is a hard life. Doing this. That's really not.
Right.
It is really easy.
The reason why the reason why they call it hard life because they're living hard. You know what I'm saying? Because to go out there and smoke drugs, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to go find new drugs and
That's what they smoking. Oh.
yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. That's hard. Like that's
like it.
hard to go out there and do. It like, but to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, that's an easy thing. You know what I mean? That's an easy thing. I remember when I was in the world trying to do everything that everybody in the world was doing. It was so hard. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, that's easy. That's, you know what I mean? like it's very simple. Like, you feel me? Like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? It's just about doing what you want to do or doing what, how can I say it? It's about following the Lord and doing what the Lord says or doing what you want to do in your own understanding.
So just adding to your point, if I could,
What's up?
like it's a hassle to live wicked
There we go.
because when you eat pork and then you end up with high blood pressure, that's a hassle. When you deal drugs and smoke, and you always have to worry about a cop being behind you when you're on the road, and then you getting anxious because the cop's behind you because you driving dirty, right? That's a hassle. You know what I'm saying? And the Isupk, what you have to start learning is that doing stuff like this is not a hassle. This becomes a passion. This becomes something that we enjoy doing because we know that if we weren't in here, we'd be out there having to deal with all the BS that happens in our life because of all the mistakes that we're making, right?
That's heavy.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's why we got to really start looking at it with a different perspective because, like, it's easy to reminisce over the way things were before, but was it really all that good? No. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when I used to smoke a lot, brothers in the world, when they used to smoke, it's bad for your lungs. It's hard to run 3 miles when you smoke all day, right? Mm-hmm. You know, and you can get that back. You can take your flesh back. You can, you know what I'm saying, take your mind back. That's heavy right there. Just from being obedient to the Most High, it is not grievous to do this work and to follow our own culture because it's what we were put on this earth to do. Right. So if we stick with our purpose, the same way the crab's supposed to stick with its purpose with cleaning the ocean, you know what I'm saying? If we stick with our purpose, the way a shark's supposed to keep the number of fish in the sea at a certain number, you know what I'm saying? And everything will work perfect, and the world will actually be bountiful and will work properly. You know what I'm saying?
Tabernacle.
You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't have put it better myself. I'm just saying that it's that simple. Mm-hmm. It's hard to gangbang. You feel me? Having to go places and look over your shoulder like this the whole time. You know what I'm talking about? We do that anyway because we're on Shamar. But we understand about Shamar, about how we got to be on watch for the next devil that's coming into the grocery store and shooting it up.
Yeah, it's hard to get shot, right?
you know what I mean? But gangbangers are going to the grocery store looking for other gangbangers. They're not going to the grocery store. So we know who our enemy is. They don't know who their enemy is. Their enemy can come looking just like them. You know what I mean? It's hard going out there trying to find the next drug to you know what I mean? Dodging the police when you're out there selling drugs. Yeah. That's hard. That's hard to do. Ooh, police! That undercover? Is that a police officer? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who is that? Who is that? You know what I mean?
Paranoid.
Yeah, paranoid. Here in the school, you know what I'm talking about? We don't worry about that. Straight up, the police pull you over, you be teaching them. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, feel me? You get to teaching them. Like, yeah, I'm a priest. Is there any drugs in the car? No, ain't no drugs in here, but I'm a priest. You know what I'm talking about? A priest? Yeah, I don't do drugs. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you feel me? You get to teaching them. You know what I mean? Like, it's a difference. It's a difference. Is there any more on them scriptures? He was only on 22, right?
Concert.
Yeah.
Concert. Let me start from 22.
Yeah. Go ahead. That's where we was at, right?
Yeah, concert. Verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life,
Mm-hmm.
of all that in the dry land died. Verse 23. And every living substance, Salakia, was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground,
Right.
both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heavens.
Everything. There it is. It's why does the Most High keep saying that over and over? Does anybody know why he keeps saying like what was destroyed? Does anybody know? No.
I got a thought.
You got a thought? Go ahead.
Because the Lord is not an author of confusion.
Most High is Christ. Most High is Christ. He's making a point.
Yeah.
He's making a point that I destroyed the animals. I destroyed the people. I destroyed the creeping things. I destroyed the birds. I destroyed everything on the planet. And he was like, I did that. You know, like he doesn't want nobody else to take credit for it.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about? I did that. I'm making a point. You know what I mean? And I keep saying it because I'm not an author of confusion. I don't want nobody to be confused about what happened with Noah and everybody else on the earth. Noah got saved and everybody else died. Do you hear me? Noah got saved and everybody else died. Dead. You know what I mean? Like he's like that's how it's basically saying it though, right?
Yeah.
He was dead. Noah got saved, but they died. Died. You know what I mean? In a horrible way. You know what I mean? But then they say God is love.
Right.
God is love. Look, my God is a terrible God. You feel me? He'd destroy the whole earth if he has to.
Right.
If he has to, he'd destroy the whole earth and leave the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge alone.
Right. Right.
If he has to. You know what I'm talking about? We pray that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? We pray that doesn't happen. We pray all of Israel gets saved. You feel me? Because we don't like no 2/3 doctrine and things like that. We want all of our people to be saved. You feel me? And then we just handle all that those drugs and drug addicts and everything after the destruction, so that we could be like, did you see that destruction that happened? That's boy, you feel me? Just stop doing them drugs. You see that destruction that just happened? You know what I mean? That's what we pray for. That the Lord will let us get us a chance to clean it up after the destruction. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's your grandpa that been smoking cigarettes all his life, he gets saved too. You know what I mean? And we can be like, look, you see that destruction? That's what happened. You know what I mean? You need to quit them cigarettes. You feel me?
It's like this, if I may, and that's heavy that you say that, because even with people now, people in the world, they can see something like literally happen in their face, and they still continue to do,
Wickedness.
The wickedness that they do. I believe it was a captain that he had a class, and he was speaking, on Tupac, the Dear Mama song. He speaks about how drugs and stuff like that. Your mom was on drugs, but yet you're selling drugs.
Right.
You're still doing the wickedness. Like, it's right there in front of your face, but you're so ignorant that you continue to do that wickedness, and the Lord's showing you, like, he's powerful. Like,
right.
It's scary. Like, I can't even imagine myself being in the world again. Like,
right. You remember when we was growing up, and that they had that commercial. You don't always die from tobacco, but they might just snip out your tongue. You remember that? After saying that, I don't say anybody still smokes. I'm scared. Yeah, so I don't want nobody to sniff out my tongue. You feel me? I have to talk with a little voice, with a little voice box. After all the drugs that people do, and they die from it, I don't see why anybody still does drugs. That truly is a demon, and then people will argue you that try to argue you down about doing drugs. They'll argue you down about doing drugs. You'd be like, "Are you?" And you know what I mean? I had somebody tell me one time because we was talking about weed and everything. They come from the earth. I was like, yeah, but not for you to smoke it. It was like, well, if weed is a drug, then fruits and vegetables are drugs. That's what that's what they told me. I said, are you kidding me? Nobody smokes apples. Nobody smokes oranges. You know what I'm talking about? Like nobody's trying to smoke broccoli.
Right.
Yeah, like so. Why would that be a drug? You feel me? Like you feel me? I was like, you want to smoke weed? You never smoke poison ivy. That's a herb. Ain't nobody ever tried to roll up oregano. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody tried to roll up oregano, but you know what I'm talking about. But nobody ever rolls up oregano and smokes it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, boy, I'm no parsley, nothing like that. Cilantro, nothing like that. It's always marijuana because somebody told them that marijuana is a medical plant to smoke it. You know what I mean? Somebody told somebody that. Like that just it blows my mind, and it's something in their psychology, it's something in their psyche that be like, yeah, I can smoke this. You know what I mean? Who told you that? The white man told you that. Because the white man sells it for you to smoke. You know what I mean? I don't know why people just want to get as high as they can possibly get. And then they pass out. And just because they didn't die, they say they didn't overdose. Well, you overdosed off weed. That's why you slept for 18 hours. You know, I don't know 18 hours, but that's why you slept all day. You know what I mean? You wasn't productive with your life. You didn't do anything. Yeah. You're just not productive with your life. And they say they're not drug addicts, but then before they go to the grocery store, I gotta smoke. Before they go over here, I gotta roll up. Before they go over there, I gotta roll up. Before they brush their teeth, some people they gotta wake and bake. You know what I mean? To go to sleep at night, they gotta smoke. But they're not drug addicts. That's what a drug addict does. What's good?
And it kind of goes back to when the scripture says giving them that breath of life, because when you're in the world, you don't have that. So every thought in your mind leads to death. Every habit that you make, influences around you are all. What's the opposite of breath of life? The mark of the beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or just death in general. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why the Isupk is universal practical knowledge, because when we starting to learn these basic instructions, we start to find out that this is supposed to help us live and not die.
Yep.
And that's the breath of life. Those instructions were there to guide us so that we are healthy.
Right.
So that we have children that obey, so that we have families that don't fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that we don't put the wrong foods in ourselves and end up destroying ourselves.
Right.
Because the breath of life is what it is. It gives us life.
Right.
It gives us the right mindset to continue to live.
That we're in our right frame of mind.
Yeah.
We're in our right frame of mind. And they always talk about the mark of the beast. Did you know the Lord has a mark also? You ever heard of that? The mark of the Lord? Y'all ain't never heard of that? Oh man, good. Go ahead, bro. Finish that up. I'm doing a class about it. That's it.
Yeah.
Come.
The mark of the Lord. The Lord has a mark too, and those are his law, statutes, and commandments, and they're in your right hand and in your forehead also. Real talk. Go ahead. My bad.
Come. And they were destroyed from the earth.
They were what?
And they were destroyed from the earth.
No, I'm not destroyed. You are lost. You are destroyed. You are destroyed. Child molesters, destroyed. And then they're so destroyed that they're destroying the kids. You know what I mean? That's what it means to be a child molester. That they're destroyed and they're destroying the kids. Until the Most High destroyed them from the face of the earth. That's right. It's that simple. Go ahead.
Come. And Noah only remained alive.
There it is. And Noah, read that one more time.
And Noah only remained alive.
Noah only remained alive. His children was there with him, but when it says Noah only, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about his children too, because they're a part of Noah.
Right.
They're a part of Noah. And the Lord loved Noah so much that he kept his children alive. Noah only was left alive. Anything else? Is that it on 20? That's 23?
Alive, sir.
There's more?
and they that were with him in the ark.
Right. Any more?
Lord, that's the end of 23.
Oh no, this 24, right?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 24. And the waters prevailed upon the earth.
Right. The waters are still upon the earth. the destruction of the waters is still upon the earth. You know what I'm talking about? What destroyed the Titanic?
Iceberg.
Yeah, but then the iceberg hit the Titanic.
Oh, the water.
But what destroyed the Titanic? Water. Water destroyed the Titanic. Something as simple as water. We take baths in water, showers in water. But you get enough water, you know what I'm talking about? It'll tear through some ish.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? The destruction of the water is still on the planet. You know what I mean? We just don't take it as being dangerous. That's why people do skydiving and shit like that. They don't care about their life. You know what I'm talking about? But you jump out of a plane and hit water hard enough, you're dead. You would die. But it's just water. Okay.
You ever been in a hailstorm?
Oh man.
It's just water.
Oh man. Frozen water.
Frozen water.
You know, it's all straight up. Iceberg was just frozen water. Go ahead, keep going.
Come on. Verse 24. And the waters prevailed upon the earth.
Right.
150 days.
How long was the water on earth?
150 days.
It rained for 40 days and 40 nights, but the water remained 150, 47, 103 days more. The water was still upon the earth. You feel me? Yeah, that's how it is. You know what I'm talking about? The waters were still upon the earth. The Most High did not play that. You feel me? That's a long time for water to be on the earth. You feel me? You ever seen it rain and then it floods? It'd be the flood be there for like another 2-3 days or something like that. That was there for 103 more days. That's a lot of water. That's a lot of rain. That's a lot. That's a lot. And then think about when the water went away, all the dead bodies and things that was just left upon the earth. You feel me? That's why Noah damn near lost his mind. Because everybody on the earth died. And Noah was like, oh my goodness. Like, you feel me? He started getting drunk. Did you know that? I think that's coming up in the next chapter. Noah started getting drunk because the whole earth had just died. He just watched the whole earth die. Oh my God. You know what I mean? He said it was gonna happen. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh, it really happened.
But it really happened.
Mm.
It's called survivor's remorse. You ever heard of survivor's remorse? Yeah, when everybody else dies and you're the only survivor, you have remorse. Like, God, like, geesh. You feel me? He drunk himself into a stupor. Go ahead. Is that in on 24?
That's in the 7th, sir.
That's in the 7th chapter.
Dead.
That's the time.
With that, Elijah. I know the time, the signs of the time, right? Want some more? No. Let me stop playing, man. Let me stop playing.
La Yashala.
La Yashala. Blow the trumpet.
Got it.
When you put it down, make sure you put it down with this side, the bottom side up.
All right. Sar, Yapanya Hakwadan. We're going to turn and face the east, which is that direction. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and in English. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Bethelanoah.
Thelanoah.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalachlanao.
Wasalachlanao.
Kabawathno.
Kawathno.
Kasalachno.
Kasalachno.
Kabawathyanao.
Kabawathyanao.
Wala'a.
Walala.
Tabia'ainao.
Tabi'ainao.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abol.
Abol.
Hawashainao.
Haishainao.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Walala.
Wa'atha pa'arath.
Wa'atha pa'arath.
La'aywalamyam.
La'aywalamyam.
Aman.
Aman.
What we said was, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth.
in earth
As it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
And forgive us our
and
debts.
forgive us our debts
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us.
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom
And the power.
and the power
And the glory.
and the glory
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. Blow the horn one more time. There we go. That sounds like war. Good. Come on, slide it here. You gonna salute the Torah,
Let me turn the camera.
please?
I don't know if it's good. About right.
Yeah. It's me first, huh?
Yeah, come on.
I'm going the other way, bro. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabrak, yeah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barak Yah.
You know how to do it, right? Next time, get louder. You know, tomorrow.
Just turn the whole thing.
Go turn up there.
Constant.
Very good. You ever been arguing with somebody at school? Like, hey, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean?
We'll put this down now, right, sir?
What? Oh, yeah. Slide. Yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all, you want to get loud so the Most High can hear you.
The Lord said, raise your voice like a trumpet.
Right.
Voice in many waters.
Right. You say you want the Lord to hear you, like, oh yeah, he's serious. But it's all right. It comes with being around men like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all want, you can go ahead. Oh, blow the trumpet.
Oh, so I can.
You can lead us out, sir. Excellent. Wartime. You feel me?
All right. Sar, turn the face of brothers for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Amadium, Barak,
Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabbat,
Thumb, Yadi Matah. Sar, turn face of sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Yadi Matah. Class dismissed.